Today, we're diving deep into one of the most powerful aspects of mental toughness, self-discipline. It's a quality that can transform your life, allowing you to push through the toughest challenges, overcome distractions, and achieve your biggest goals. But here's the truth. Self-discipline isn't about perfection. It's about showing up every day, even when it's hard. It's about making the hard choices that lead to long-term growth. It's the muscle that, when strengthened, propels you towards success and helps you face life's battles with unwavering focus. In this speech, we'll explore how to cultivate self-discipline and how it plays a critical role in shaping who you become when everything feels difficult. Now, if you've ever struggled to stay focused or wondered how to build lasting habits that will help you reach your goals, you're in the right place. Make sure to subscribe to this channel so you never miss an opportunity to unlock your full potential. Hit that notification bell too, because every new video will give you the tools you need to keep moving forward no matter what life throws at you. Let's build that mental toughness together. There are moments in life when it feels like you're carrying a burden all by yourself. It might be a personal struggle, a challenge at work, or something that others don't seem to understand. In these times, it's easy to feel isolated, as though no one truly gets what you're going through. It can create a sense of loneliness, even when surrounded by others. But here's the truth. You are never as alone as you think, especially in your struggles. The first thing to understand is that everyone at some point faces tough situations that make them feel like they're fighting a battle alone. It's easy to look around and see others seemingly moving through life with ease, handling their own challenges without breaking a sweat, but the reality is no one has it all figured out. We all have our own battles to fight, and many of them are fought in silence. You may not see the struggles other people are facing, but they are there. Everyone has their own version of hardship, and no one is immune to life's difficulties. Even in the moments when you feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, there are people who have walked similar paths and understand what you're going through. It can feel hard to reach out and ask for help, especially when you're so used to dealing with things on your own. But when you allow yourself to be vulnerable, when you open up about your struggles, you'll often find that there are others who are ready and willing to offer their support. Whether it's a friend, a mentor, or even a stranger who has faced similar challenges, there's always someone who understands and can provide guidance, encouragement, or just a listening ear. The feeling of being alone in your struggle is not a reflection of reality, but rather a mental barrier that can keep you from seeing the support that already exists around you. The truth is, the more you isolate yourself, the harder it becomes to recognize that help is available. By reaching out, by allowing yourself to connect with others, you break down that mental wall and open the door to support and understanding. It might be uncomfortable at first, but it's a step towards healing and progress. One of the most powerful things you can do during these times is to remind yourself that you're not alone. This reminder is important because when you're going through difficult moments, it's easy to fall into the trap of believing that no one could possibly understand your pain. But that's not true. There is a community of people out there who have faced their own challenges and who are ready to offer the support you need. The first step is to believe in the possibility of that support and to take action by seeking it out. Another reason we often feel alone in our struggles is the fear of burdening others with our problems. We worry that sharing our difficulties will make us a burden or inconvenience to the people we care about. However, the truth is that the people who genuinely care about you want to be there for you, especially when you're going through tough times. Opening up to them allows them to show their care, and it often strengthens the relationship in the process. Vulnerability can be a bridge that connects you more deeply to others rather than a sign of weakness. Feeling like you're fighting battles alone is more of a mindset than an actual truth. When you reach out and allow others in, you will begin to see that you are supported in ways you may not have realized before. It takes courage to lean on others, to admit that you can't do it all on your own, but that's when the real power lies. Embrace the strength that comes from connection and understanding. You don't have to walk this journey alone. Help is always just a conversation away, and there's strength in knowing that others are there to walk beside you through the toughest of times. Life's challenges are unavoidable. They are inevitable parts of our journey that push us to grow, evolve, and become stronger. Every struggle we face, every obstacle that seems insurmountable, contributes to the building of mental toughness. Resilience isn't something you're born with. It's developed through experience. When faced with hardship, we are given the opportunity to transform our weaknesses into strengths, building resilience one challenge at a time. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, to maintain hope and determination even when circumstances are tough. When things go wrong, it's easy to feel discouraged, even to the point of wanting to give up. But what sets resilient people apart is their ability to keep going no matter the obstacles. They don't give up when faced with failure, rejection, or pain. Instead, they use those experiences as stepping stones, learning from them and pushing forward. It's in these moments, when everything feels like it's falling apart, that resilience is forged. Overcoming challenges requires a deep understanding that these setbacks are not the end. Rather, they are opportunities for growth. It's not about avoiding difficulties or trying to live a life free from struggle. It's about how we respond to those challenges. When faced with setbacks, resilient individuals are able to ask themselves, what can I learn from this? How can I grow stronger from this experience? It's through this mindset that we build resilience, understanding that setbacks are not a reflection of our failure, but an essential part of our growth process. Mental toughness is built in the moments when things don't go as planned. The true test of strength is not in how we handle success, but in how we respond to adversity. When life presents us with difficulties, we're given a choice. We can either let the situation define us, or we can decide to define ourselves by how we choose to respond. The stronger our response to adversity, the more resilient we become. Each challenge we face provides a new lesson, and each lesson we learn strengthens our character. Every time we face adversity, we become more equipped to handle the next challenge. Mental toughness grows with practice, and the more we exercise it, the stronger it becomes. It's important to remember that resilience isn't something that happens overnight. It's built over time through small moments of perseverance and determination. It's through these small victories, when we choose to keep going, even when the odds seem stacked against us, that mental toughness is developed. There's a misconception that being resilient means being unaffected by hardship or never feeling the pain of failure. In reality, resilience doesn't mean we don't experience hardship or emotion. It means we choose not to be consumed by it. It means that we acknowledge the pain, the disappointment, or the fear, but we don't let it stop us. We acknowledge our emotions, but we don't allow them to control our actions. Resilience is about continuing to move forward, no matter how difficult the journey may be. In moments of adversity, there will always be two options. You can allow the setback to define you, or you can rise above it and learn from it. It's important to remember that failure is not a reflection of your worth. It's simply a stepping stone in the process of becoming mentally stronger. The challenges you face today are shaping you into the person you're meant to become. Embrace them as opportunities for growth and use each one to build a deeper, stronger version of yourself. Mental toughness is something you cultivate through your experiences. It's developed when you decide that no matter how hard things get, you will not give up. It's about perseverance, learning, and growing through the difficult moments. So the next time life presents a challenge, remember, it's not about avoiding hardship, but about building the strength to rise above it. The more you face adversity with resilience and determination, the more mentally tough you will become. When faced with challenges, it is easy to become overwhelmed, to let the emotions of frustration, fear, or anxiety take over. In these moments, it's crucial to develop the ability to stay calm, grounded, and focused, regardless of the intensity of the situation. The capacity to maintain composure during high-pressure moments is a key element of mental toughness, and it plays a critical role in overcoming obstacles and thriving under stress. Staying calm is not about suppressing emotions or ignoring the stress, but rather about learning how to respond effectively when everything feels chaotic. One of the most powerful things you can do during difficult times is to practice control over your emotional reactions. It's natural to feel upset, anxious, or fearful when facing a tough situation, but if we let those emotions dictate our behavior, we lose control of the situation. The goal is not to eliminate the emotions, but to manage them in a way that helps us make clear decisions and move forward, rather than react impulsively out of frustration or panic. In moments of stress, many people find themselves becoming paralyzed by their emotions, making it difficult to think logically or take action. This is where the ability to stay calm becomes essential. When we take a deep breath and center ourselves, we give our minds the space to think clearly, assess the situation, and determine the best course of action. Staying calm allows us to evaluate the problem objectively rather than getting caught up in the emotional weight of it. When you're in the middle of a high-pressure situation, whether it's a work crisis, a personal challenge, or an unexpected setback, it's easy to let your emotions dictate your reactions. But reacting impulsively often leads to poor decisions. Instead of getting caught up in fear or frustration, take a moment to step back and breathe. This pause gives you a chance to calm your mind and regain focus, helping you respond in a way that aligns with your long-term goals. A key aspect of staying calm is learning how to detach from the situation, even temporarily. This doesn't mean ignoring the problem or pretending it doesn't matter, but rather gaining the perspective needed to handle it effectively. Detachment allows us to avoid being consumed by the pressure and to approach the challenge with a clearer mind. By stepping outside of the emotional storm, we can assess the situation more rationally, plan our next steps, and act with intention. It's also important to remember that staying calm is a skill that can be developed over time. The more you practice staying composed in the face of adversity, the better you will become at it. This doesn't mean you won't feel anxious or stressed. It means you will become more adept at managing those emotions, recognizing when they're affecting your thinking, and taking steps to regain your composure. Over time, this ability to stay calm under pressure becomes second nature, helping you navigate even the most difficult situations with ease. In the long run, the ability to stay calm also helps you maintain a sense of control over your life and your outcomes. When you allow your emotions to rule your actions, you give away your power. But when you learn to manage your emotions and stay calm, you take back that power and maintain control of the situation. The more control you have over your reactions, the more control you have over the results. By staying calm, you open yourself up to better decision-making and greater clarity. You are able to see the path forward more clearly, make better choices, and maintain your sense of confidence no matter what challenges arise. Staying calm is not about pretending everything is fine or suppressing emotions. It's about facing the storm with a clear, focused mind, ready to navigate through it. The more you practice this ability, the more mentally tough you will become, and the more capable you'll be of overcoming any obstacles that stand in your way. When you're facing difficulties, it's easy to become consumed by the emotions and struggles of the moment. The weight of the challenge can make it feel like there is no way out, and it's tempting to isolate yourself, thinking that nobody can truly understand what you're going through. However, it's in these moments of struggle that we need to remind ourselves that reaching out for help is not a sign of weakness, but rather a source of strength. It is crucial to recognize that we all have moments of vulnerability, and the act of asking for support during these times is a way to strengthen ourselves. The idea that we must face every battle alone is a mindset that can hold us back, preventing us from accessing the resources and people that can help us grow. While it's natural to want to keep your struggles private or to take on the burden without anyone else knowing, this isolation can add more pressure and make it harder to move forward. Asking for help allows us to break through that isolation. It provides an opportunity to share the load, gain perspective, and receive guidance. Whether it's a friend, family member, mentor, or even a professional, reaching out creates a connection that reminds you you're not alone. Everyone has their own battles, and there's a community of people who can relate to what you're going through. You don't have to suffer in silence. Sharing your struggle with someone who understands can bring a sense of relief and help you navigate your challenges more effectively. It's easy to fall into the trap of believing that asking for help means we are weak or incapable. This belief can stem from the fear of being judged or of burdening others with our problems. Yet seeking support does not take away from your strength, it enhances it. In fact, allowing others to support you is a powerful way to demonstrate your resilience. It's an act of courage to open up, to admit that you need help, and to trust that others will be there for you when you need it most. It shows that you are committed to moving forward no matter how tough things get. By allowing yourself to ask for help, you're also giving others the opportunity to show their care and support. People around you want to see you succeed and will often be more than willing to lend a hand when you need it. It is not a burden for others to offer their help, but rather a way to deepen relationships and show mutual care. Vulnerability fosters connection and strengthens bonds, creating a support system that you can lean on in times of hardship. It's important to understand that everyone experiences moments when they need help, even the strongest and most accomplished individuals. No one is an island, and we all rely on others at different points in our lives. Whether it's advice, emotional support, or simply a listening ear, these acts of assistance provide the strength we need to keep moving forward. Recognizing this and embracing the act of seeking help is part of the journey toward mental toughness. Being mentally tough doesn't mean facing every battle alone. It means recognizing that you have the ability to overcome obstacles, but also understanding when it's time to reach out. Asking for help doesn't diminish your strength. It amplifies it. It shows that you have the awareness to know when you need assistance and the wisdom to seek it out. When you open yourself to the support of others, you create a foundation of strength and connection that allows you to handle life's challenges with greater resilience. In times of adversity, the natural instinct for many is to retreat inward, to try and handle everything alone. It's easy to think that overcoming challenges is a solitary task, that the best way to get through tough times is to do it on your own. However, this mindset often does more harm than good. Strength doesn't come from isolation, but from the support and connections we build with others. It is through the support of a community that we can truly thrive, and it's in the relationships we foster that we find the resilience to keep going. No matter how independent or strong we think we are, the truth is, everyone needs help. When things get tough, it's easy to feel like we're carrying the weight of the world by ourselves. But in reality, we are all part of a larger community of people who have faced their own struggles and who understand what it means to endure hardship. These people, whether they're family members, friends, mentors, or even strangers who share similar experiences, offer invaluable support that can lighten our load and help us navigate the challenges ahead. The idea of community goes beyond just seeking help when needed. It's about building a network of people who can provide encouragement, wisdom, and perspective. These individuals remind us that we're not alone in our struggles and offer guidance to help us move forward. When we open ourselves up to others, we invite a shared experience that strengthens us both individually and collectively. A sense of belonging and support is one of the most powerful tools we can have in difficult times. We often underestimate the power of relationships. It's easy to think that we should handle everything ourselves, but by doing so, we miss the opportunity to learn, grow, and receive the strength of others. Seeking out the support of others isn't a sign of weakness. Rather, it's an acknowledgement that we can learn from each other and that strength is found in connection. No one should have to face their challenges alone. The people around us, whether they are close friends, family, or even acquaintances, can offer insight, encouragement, and sometimes a simple reminder that we are not alone in our journey. Building a strong support system doesn't just benefit us in times of crisis, it helps us grow and thrive long before we face any difficulties. By creating genuine relationships with others, we allow ourselves to become more resilient, as these connections provide us with the tools to deal with life's challenges. A supportive community helps us to maintain perspective, reminding us that setbacks are a normal part of life, not something to be feared or avoided. With the right people around us, we can learn to approach difficulties with confidence, knowing we have others to lean on when needed. When we isolate ourselves, we not only make our challenges more difficult to overcome, but we also miss out on the opportunity to grow together. The shared experiences of a community, whether it's learning from others' stories or offering our own experiences, creates a dynamic of support that allows everyone to get stronger. By giving and receiving encouragement, we build a collective strength that is far more powerful than facing adversity alone. One of the most important aspects of community support is that it reminds us that there is always a way forward, no matter how tough things seem. In times of struggle, it can be easy to feel stuck, to think that things will never get better, but when we connect with others, we often find new perspectives that open up new possibilities. Others might offer solutions we hadn't considered or simply remind us of our own strength when we've forgotten it ourselves. The people around us, those who listen, encourage, and support, are often the ones who help us see the light at the end of the tunnel. Whether we're sharing our fears with a close friend, seeking guidance from a mentor, or finding solidarity with someone who's walked a similar path, community support provides the foundation for our resilience. It reminds us that no matter how hard things get, we don't have to face them alone, and that is one of the most powerful sources of strength we can have. The journey to becoming mentally tough is often seen as one of resilience and endurance. Yet one of the most powerful keys to building mental toughness is embracing the concept of self-discipline. It's not about pushing through endless obstacles with sheer force. Rather, it's about developing the ability to stick to a course of action despite distractions, temptations, and challenges that may arise. The foundation of self-discipline lies in the ability to choose short-term discomfort for long-term growth. This ability to stay focused and consistent, even when it's hard, shapes the character of those who develop mental toughness. Self-discipline requires the ability to take control of your actions, your thoughts, and your emotions. In the face of adversity, when everything around you seems to be pulling you in different directions, your inner strength is determined by your capacity to maintain focus and follow through. It's easy to get distracted by what feels good in the moment, but mental toughness comes from the willingness to delay instant gratification for something greater down the line. Whether it's sticking to a workout routine, finishing a challenging project, or resisting the temptation to procrastinate, self-discipline is what makes those efforts possible. The practice of self-discipline isn't something that just happens overnight. It's a muscle that needs to be exercised over time, and the more you use it, the stronger it becomes. At the beginning, it might feel difficult to stay on course. You might want to quit when the going gets tough, or give in to distractions that seem easier and more appealing. But in those moments, mental toughness is built through the ability to push past those urges and remain committed to your goals, knowing that the effort you put in today will pay off in the future. The power of self-discipline lies not only in the actions you take, but in the mindset you adopt. It's about being proactive in how you approach challenges and making deliberate choices that support your long-term vision. When you prioritize self-discipline, you make decisions that align with your greater purpose, rather than acting impulsively based on fleeting emotions. It's about choosing the difficult but rewarding path over the easier, temporary satisfaction that ultimately doesn't bring long-term fulfillment. In this journey, there will inevitably be moments when you feel exhausted or tempted to give up. You'll question whether the effort is worth it or whether it's okay to take a break. During these moments, the discipline to keep moving forward, even when it feels uncomfortable, is the key to building lasting mental strength. It's about knowing that discomfort is a necessary part of growth and that the rewards of staying disciplined are far greater than the satisfaction of giving up. An important aspect of self-discipline is learning to manage your time effectively. It's easy to let distractions dictate your day, leaving you feeling like you're busy but not actually accomplishing anything of significance. Self-discipline helps you prioritize what matters and make the most of the time you have. This doesn't mean eliminating all fun or leisure, but rather allocating your energy to what moves you closer to your goals while also allowing space for relaxation and recovery. By managing your time and energy effectively, you increase your capacity for long-term success and well-being. Developing self-discipline also involves cultivating a sense of accountability. This can be accountability to yourself or to others, but the bottom line is that you must hold yourself to the standards you've set. Without self-accountability, it becomes easy to make excuses and justify inaction. When you commit to being disciplined, you're not just making promises to others, you're making a promise to yourself. And that commitment is essential in building a foundation of mental toughness. The stronger your sense of accountability, the easier it becomes to maintain the discipline needed to succeed. Self-discipline is at its core about consistency. It's about showing up each day, putting in the effort, and sticking to the commitments you've made, regardless of how difficult the process may seem. Mental toughness is the result of daily practice and incremental progress, and self-discipline is the vehicle that drives that progress forward. It's through this consistent effort that mental strength is built. Even on days when the motivation is lacking, self-discipline provides the structure to keep moving forward, building the mental fortitude necessary to face whatever comes next.